Hello everyone, it's Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today, a fun little cutthroat slash coho coho salmon pattern. This one works really well in the estuaries, right in the mouth of rivers, even in some sloughs. I've done very well with it in the lower mainland of Vancouver, in like the Norrish and stuff like that. I've done quite well with this. It's a very simple little pattern, and I cannot stress enough, don't overdress this one. This one is, you just want a few fibers of each color. That's it. Very simple. Works great in the ocean, in the estuaries. Works great in the sloughs, backwater eddies, backwater sloughs. So really good cutthroat. And if you want to tie this for coho, just go with a heavier shanked hook. This is the wired. Sorry, go with a heavier wire hook for coho. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get tying. So today in the vise we have an Ahrex XO750 Universal Stinger. I really like the straight eye on this this pattern. I want this to try to stay fairly level when it's being stripped through the water. I don't want any undulation, and if an upturned or downturned eye would undulate. We got an oversized bead here for in bright silver. I also tie this one in a flat black head as well. We're going to be using some Semperfli Nanosilk in white, some white bucktail, some blue bucktail, some Semperflash Baitfish, blue tint, a little bit of Semperfli Holo Tinsel 132 in silver for the body, and then a little bit of the, which one number, 958 here, of the red Spectra dubbing from Hends. Okay, got a frog in my throat. Of course, every time I start a video, I get a frog in my throat. So let's just start my thread, bring it back to about the point of the hook, give or take. Don't go around the bend. You don't want the, it looks a little weird if you do. The body doesn't look right. I take my Holo Tinsel. Now you can weight this if you want, but if you do, make it sure again that it's evenly weighted all the way. Don't have it weighted too much in the front here. Like this little bead will make it undulate a little bit, but not a ton. Alrighty. Come back to the front. Now I'm going to tie all the way to the front, but I'm going to come back to build the wing. So I'm up in the mountains in San Cristobal de las Casas in Mexico, right down south, I'm almost in Guatemala. As the bird flies, it's about 80 kilometers. So that's where I'm doing these right now. Be here for 2 months, and then we're slowly going to head back towards Canada. Back to Canada for part of July, August, September. Hope to get some stillwater fishing in. And then we'll be heading back down again. I want to go down to Baja. So, all right. My hair stacker out. A little piece of, you don't need a lot of deer hair here, a bucktail. You want to keep this fairly sparse, typical of any cutthroat salmon pattern that we tie for the beaches and estuaries. You want it fairly sparse. When you take a look at the Mickey fin and stuff, it's one of the most, well, probably one of the best beach flies out there for cutties and for salmon. And less is always better, you know. So don't overdress these. That's a big thing that a lot of people that start off tying salmon and cutthroat beach patterns is they want to overdress it. So I want this about one, 2 times the body length past, so about like that. There. So I'm going to cut that off about there. Add that in here. And I'm just going to tie that in right there. Don't crank down on it too much, because you'll flare it too much. So get about 1.5 to 2 times past the bend of the hook. Okay. Repeat with the blue. Again, not a ton. You don't want a lot of materials on these. This is actually a good thing because it saves you materials. Right? So back into the stacker. Got a few errant ones here. Let's see if I can. One that's really long and it's being a pain in the butt. And of course it's tangled in with all the others. Do it on my hand so it doesn't shake the whole video. Same thing, I want to match that length. If anything, I'd like to be a little tiny bit longer, if anything, but try to match it. Keep the material right on top. Okay, if it starts twisting, just give it a bit of a twist back. Okay, there you go. Now a little bit of that Baitfish blue flash. Again, not a ton, 3-4 strands maybe at the most. Because I'm going to be doubling this over. So you don't want to overdo it. So I've got 3 strands. I'm just going to make it go past. And I'll just give it a couple of turns there, and then just make sure this is sitting up on top. A couple of turns, and then flip it all back. Go over top of it again. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my scissors and just give this a rough cut. Okay. Now for that red. This is supposed to be that little egg sac, right? Just cover that whole tie-in point with this. I'm just going to do a tiny bit more right behind that bead. Whip finish. And then take a little bit of Sally Hansen's or whatever brand of head cement you like using, UV resin, whatever. Put it right on the thread. Bring that right in there. Then I'm just going to give it just an ever so slight brush out on the top. Okay, leave the bottom alone. Now, it will pull out some of the bottom as well because it's all kind of attached to each other, right? So just brush out some of that red. And there, as you finish fly. Super easy to do. And the good thing, because these do get hammered, especially if you're going after coho with them. If you're going after coho, I would go with a slightly bigger hook. I either go up to a 10. This is a size 12. Either go to a 10 or even go to a heavier wire, because this is a bit. These hooks are not designed for like big salmon and stuff, right? So go after go get a heavier wired hook if you're going to go after the coho. But tie it exactly the same way for coho, and do some with a olive green back and a chartreuse back as well. So and same with cutties. Cutties like this color and they really like the chartreuse. So okay, Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've subscribed, awesome, awesome, awesome. If you haven't, please consider doing so. Once I get back to Canada in sometime in July, early August, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I was planning on doing a giveaway when I hit 3,000 members, which was quite a while back, but trying to send anything out of Mexico here is just crazy expensive. I sent a small box of 6 flies up to Canada and it cost me $60. So I'm not doing that. So I will do that giveaway once I get to Canada, but I'll let you guys know, and I'll let you guys know how to enter. And there's going to be some materials and a bunch of other stuff. So, alrighty. Timelines, everyone.